When it comes to being truly prepared, there are only a few basic categories: water, food, fuel, and shelter. And in the category of shelter falls blankets and clothing, things that will help to protect you from the outside elements. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to preserve these items for the long term. Hey Provident Preppers, I'm Kylene, and today I've got a really great idea to show you. So when we're storing things like clothes and blankets for the long term, if they're not stored correctly, they can, when you pull it out to use it, it can have bugs in it, it can have moisture and mildew and all kinds of different things. So we really want to take a little bit of extra time and package some of these items for long-term storage. And for those of you who have been long-term followers, I have all kinds of videos about when we turned our power off in January just to see if we could survive it, and how cold I got and how valuable blankets were. Blankets and winter clothing and gloves and things like that. All those are great to store in the way that we're going to be talking about today and just tucked away so that when you need them, they'll be good. They'll be exactly like you want them to be. All it takes to do this method, we're going to do it Mylar bags. This is 2 gallon. This is 5 gallon. These are from Pack Fresh USA, which most of you know is my favorite. Oxygen absorbers. This is a little vacuum just to suck out some air. And then my hair straightener and my pen that just fell on the floor. Let's take a little bit of time, and I'm just going to show you really quickly how I'm going to do this. And the reason we want to do something like this is think about museums. How do they package things to store so that they don't experience degradation? They store it in an oxygen-free environment, because an oxygen-free environment will completely eliminate things like mold, mildew, bugs, larvae, eggs, and other oxygen-dependent organisms. And this will protect it from light, which is very degrading, moisture. If you live in a humid environment, definitely you want to package it in something like this. And then also odors that these clothing and things can pick up just from your house. When our basement flooded a few years ago, we learned very quickly how important it is to make sure that things are packaged appropriately, because that water destroyed so much. That's how easy it is. All you need is Mylar bags, good quality, oxygen absorbers. So I'll put up a little chart right here that shows you what size oxygen absorber for what size bag. I sucked out the air for a couple of reasons. One, to save space. And the second reason was so that the oxygen absorber didn't have to work as hard to get rid of all the oxygen. But now I'm going to store these in a tote for a couple of reasons. One, because the only thing these are at risk now for are rodents. And as long as there's no smell, you're probably not going to get rodents in them, so they're probably just fine without it. These are winter jackets that I've written exactly what's on them. I can store them away and they'll be protected from everything. No mold, no mildew, no moths. Nothing is going to hurt them in this bag. So it's worth it. If you want to store clothing or blankets long-term, this is a great way to do it, to make sure that it's protected, especially from moisture. And now for the question of the day. What non-food items do you think would be a really good idea to store in a protected environment so that you have them when you need them? Comment below. And thanks for being part of the solution.